Today I want to talk about inspiration. Inspiration and figuring out what you want to do with your life and your free time. I know many creatives, or rather I knew. My circle has dwindled in the years since college. But there were some among them who needed no prompting, no forethought, no muse to turn out just incredible pieces of work, be it in literature, painting, setting up a scene for a beautiful photography shoot. It didn't matter. They could do it with no need for inspiration. And then there were others, I fall much closer to the second category, who absolutely needed a muse. Otherwise, the work might have turned out aesthetically pleasing, but it didn't have any passion in it. And that's really what inspiration is about, is passion. Passion for what you're doing. For some people, inspiration can be anything. Really, it can just be having seen something slightly beautiful or obscure. And suddenly they have an idea. And they're chasing it, and they're out there making things and pursuing a thought, and it's really quite inspirational in and of itself, if not on occasion a little bit intimidating and hard to follow. Then there are others that can fight for weeks, back and forth, trying to figure out what they want to do with this one thing, how they're going to put it together, and what they're going to make of it. The thing of it is, you never know how or why or when inspiration will find you. That doesn't necessarily mean you should always be looking for it, but that does mean you need to embrace it when it comes, even if it's obscure and unusual. Because it's a special thing. Something that everyone, creative or not, needs more of in their life. Because what inspiration is about is that feeling of passion and the energy and satisfaction that comes with pursuing that passion. So as we move into the next year, or technically the new decade, I want to encourage everyone to pursue their inspiration, regardless of how strange or even potentially problematic the basis for it might be. You can make something that might actually give inspiration to another person as well. Oftentimes in various fandoms I see people try to shun things that are problematic. The thing is problematic is, in part, societal, cultural, and where you are. You might read a piece of literature that is deeply, intrinsically, harshly problematic. It's got all these questionable themes and levels of violence that other people might flinch away from. And in that, someone might actually find a connection, a sense of understanding, and help them to better understand themselves and get through something dark and painful in their own lives. For others, it can be the way to help exorcise their demons, so to speak. Get the thoughts out of their heads so they're not so persistent. So sometimes, even if you see something very graphic and gory, For another person, that might be catharsis. It might be what they need to get through a really terrible place in their life. Because you can't judge inspiration of other people. You can only judge what's inspiring to you. It's personal and it's different. It can be just seeing a color next to another color that you've never seen paired together before. Or it can literally be horror movies. Which, by the way, horror movies. They're either good horror movies or accidental comedies. So, there's something to be said for any kind of art, any kind of craft, anything that takes passion, even if it's temporary. There is passion in baking, sewing, painting, writing. There's so much poetry and art all around us. So find your inspiration. And even if you're the only one who ever sees it and experiences it, pursue that. Find that passion and make it yours. Let it be a means to finding out more about yourself. And in doing that, you might actually help someone else do the same. So, good luck. Have fun. Go find your inspiration. And have a nice year. Bye.